Hello to all the architecture aspirants. As part of the architecture entrance exams that are expected to be notified in the coming days, we have come up with a new series wherein we would be discussing about these exams. We would be discussing about JE Paper 2 and NATA so that you can get an idea about how these exams were conducted in the previous year and you can prepare accordingly. So the basic highlight, just like how we have highlighted in the basic reason why we are doing something like this is mainly because it is important to know about the exam before you start preparing for the exam. So before you start preparing for the exam, knowing the exam is equally important. So we are bringing in short videos with which you can get an idea, you can understand about how exactly these exams, that is JE Paper 2 and NATA, the major two architecture entrance exams, has been conducted in the year 2021. So today we are going to talk about JE Paper 2, the usual timings, how it would be conducted, what is the eligibility criteria and all. So we have been getting questions regarding some of the students saying that we have passed out in the year 2020 or 2021. So are we eligible to write JE Paper 2 usually? So we would look at all of that in this particular session. Before I move on, let me just have a sound check with my host. Host, am I audible?
You are audible, sir.
Thank you. So JE Paper 2 is usually conducted twice a year. Last year also it was conducted twice in 2022. In 2020 and in 2021 also it was conducted twice a year. However, having said that, we are not sure about exactly how it's going to happen this year. We will have to wait for the notifications to come up. So in 2020, it was conducted in January and September. In 2021, it was conducted in February. And the second session was planned for the month of May, but it didn't happen in May because of COVID and other reasons, and it was conducted in September. So usually the timing is Jan-Feb, or it goes till September, the two sessions. Now, there is no age limit for appearing for JE Paper 2. If you want to write JE Paper 2, anyone of whatever age they are into, they can write. If I'm talking about 2021, students who passed their 12th examination or qualifying examination in the year 2019, 20, or 21, all these 3 years, if you were passing your qualifying examination in any of these 3 years, you could have appeared for 2021. So we are expecting, or we are assuming that in 2022, all those students who have passed in the year 2020 or after that must be able to appear. Okay, so this is an area wherein we've been getting a lot of queries. So basically it is the 3 years, that is 2022 students who are passing out, then those who passed out in 21 and those who passed out in 20. Usually that is how it should be. This is how we are expecting it to be. Okay. Now, there are a list of qualifying examinations, that is the 12th board exams conducted by CBSE, or the 2-year PUC courses that is conducted by certain recognized boards, or the one that is conducted by NDA, or open schooling, the NIOS, the very famous NIOS schools, NIOS courses that are conducted with 5 subjects, or any public school board universities which are basically associated or accredited by the Association of Indian Universities. All of them, everyone who has passed out these exams can apply. Those who have taken vocational courses, then those who have done diploma, those who have done approved certification courses and all, everyone is eligible to write JE Paper 2. Okay. Another term that is quite common with respect to JE Paper 2 is the state code of eligibility. Basically, state code means the state from where you have passed out your qualifying examination or equivalent examination, or in simple terms, your 12th standard. If you belong to, let's say, for example, Madhya Pradesh, and if you are passing your 12th standard from, let's say, Delhi, then that is your state code of eligibility. Or if you are passing your 12th standard from, let's say, Gujarat, that state becomes your state of eligibility. This happens because there are 2 different seats when you're going to institutes like NITs. There is a home state and there's other state also. We'll discuss about all of that in the other sessions. But basically, for understanding, state code of eligibility means the state from where you are writing your 12th standard examination. Okay. Now, usually they conduct examinations outside India also. There are centers outside India. However, we are not sure whether they would conduct it once, twice, We are also not sure whether this year they will be having all these centers or not. But this is how they had planned it in the last year. In 2021, this is how they had conducted it. Bahrain, Colombo, Doha, Dubai, Kathmandu, Riyadh, Singapore, Sharjah, and Kuwait. These were the cities wherein they conducted JEE paper 2. Okay. Now, this was a notification which they had brought about earlier. That is this minimum 50% criteria, but it is not there. Earlier, you needed to have 50% marks in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and also a 50% aggregate. I'm not saying it is not there. Last year, they had changed it with a public notice. They had relaxed the eligibility criteria. So all you needed was to have a passing certificate. So the 50% in physics, chemistry, mathematics, 50% in aggregate, all these things were taken out. So this year, we're not sure how they're going to come up with, but this is how it was conducted in this is how it happened in the previous year. Please keep that also in mind. Okay. Now, coming to the general timeline of how exactly things happen if you haven't followed JEE for the last year or last 2 years and all. This is how usually it happens. We are just giving you a set of timelines so that you can get an idea. In the month of February, the first session happens. In around September, the second session happens. So there would be 2 sessions, 2 exams for JEE, one in February, one in September usually. Towards the September half or towards the September end, they would declare the results. Then you have JOSA. JOSA is the Joint Seat Allocation Body. They will do the counseling. They'll start with the counseling from the month of October. You need to get your certificates, your OBC certificates if you belong to those category, and all those things ready. After that, you need to do your, after that, you need to apply. You need to give your preference of colleges or institutions. You will be allotted a seat with respect to your ranks. And finally, there will be a physical reporting. So this is the general timeline. We have also covered the basic eligibility and usually which exam happens when, which are the cities and things like that. This is just to give an idea of how these exams of JEE paper 2 are conducted usually. If there are any more questions, doubts and all, please do not hesitate. Do ask us in the chat box. For joining our courses that are starting this week, you can contact us at 8086 111 216. You can also WhatsApp us or you can also call us. Okay. So that would be it from THiNC Institute of Design until we see in the next session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, host.